pass this over to Tony Mepham. Good evening, Tony.
Evening, Ed.
And you were at the Southern Derby today between Colby and Russian. And Russian put on, a heck of a show, really. 8-1 against their Southern rivals.
Well, I think we knew this was going to be a bit of a high-scoring game, and when I got there, the first sort of 10 minutes or so, Russian had loads of chances, hit the woodwork a couple of times, and just put so much pressure on Colby's defence. It was hard for them to deal with, and when the first goal went in after 10 minutes, I think it was, Josh Thomas, the right foot shot after 2 or 3 other good attempts, you just thought this is the start of it, and then they started to come. Jack Sneedle got the second one on 22 minutes, and then Josh Thomas made it 3-0 after 24, and then just before half-time, a good effort by Charlie Jackson at the edge of the box to make it 4-0. I lost track of the scoring in the second half because, if I may touch on it, Dickie Gale, who's a big friend to most in Manx football, has just had a bypass fitted and also a defib. So I was catching up with Dickie about his operation and how he is. He's in good spirits. So we wish you a speedy recovery, Dickie. I know you've struggled over the last 2 or 3 weeks, but they've got to the foot of the problem, and hopefully now he's going to be on the mend. So I lost track of the score, and Jack Sneedle got another one. I think it was the 5th to make it 5-0. Ashley Blake scored consolation goal for Colby, 5-1, and then Craig Murphy this is where I'm not too sure, got the 6-1. Jamie Johnston came on as a second half substitute to make it 7. And then Josh Kelly scored, it was good 10 minutes or so to go to make it 8-1. Colby did have another good chance, some good work by Primrose Smith. Jordan on the left-hand side got the ball in, and unfortunately for Ashley Blake, he wasn't in the right position to connect to it. So, yeah, good performance by Russian. They'll be happy with that. Well done to everyone who worked so hard at Colby Football Club this morning to clear the snow. And there were 6 or 8 players there who put a tremendous effort in, and they managed to get the game on. So credit to them. Credit to them for the 90-minute performance. They knew it was going to be tough. And also a big pat on the back for Russian for coming up with those 8 goals.
Indeed, so that's Russian still in 4th place, having played 15 matches. They've got 33 points now, so they're just 1 point behind Peel, their old firm rivals. Peel in 3rd place, played the same number of matches. The records, the only difference being Peel have lost 1 game fewer. So it's getting nice and tight there between those two. St Mary's with another victory today as well. But we were talking about Ramsey at lunchtime and their improvements of late, and how you said that them being at the bottom of the table didn't really tell the whole story as far as you're concerned, certainly how they've been doing in the last few weeks. And again today, 1-1 at half time against a good side like Mary's, and 4-2 at the end.
Yeah, I would say that the Ramsey players there, they must be pretty demoralised the way the season's gone for them. The foot of the table, they've only got 7 points, and 3 of those came last week. But today, 1-1 against the team really informed St Mary's was a really good 45 minutes by the players. And then in the second half, it's always going to be hard, and it's like watching an under-18s team, to be honest with you, when you watch Ramsey play. And Oliver Grice got one today, Ryan Kinraid got the other one. Stevie Priestnell with another 2, so Stevie's really chipping away for this golden boot. And also, I wouldn't put it past Stevie to win the Player of the Year, because he really has had a good, solid season so far. John Haggerton on the score sheet once again, and Brian Crellin as well. But we're going to put a bit of a peel out on here, aren't we, Ed? Because
yes.
I watched the Ramsey game midweek, and Dominic Parrish was tremendous at the back. But the player that stood out for me was the number 7. Didn't know who it was, and we'd like to find out who played number 7 for Ramsey midweek, because I think Ramsey have got some really good players there, and if they can stay together and just develop, then I think if Ramsey do get relegated, they'll come straight back up, because I saw enough on Wednesday to say to me that this is a team that could rebuild with the players that they've got there, and credit to them. And I'll touch on it again. They should have gone through in that cup game. They had so many chances in extra time and just couldn't find the back of the net. But, well done to them once again. Really good performance. And next week, we're just working on the rearranged fixtures, but I think they've got one against St John's. So another tough fixture for them to get through. But, they've done well.
I think we got a message in before, actually, saying that the average age of the Ramsey team today was about 18. So there's real potential there if they can keep the players together.
Oh, hugely, and it was just the way they played, and they play together. It's really nice, and they just need a bit of guidance. Maybe one or two experienced players. I know Chris Halsall's not playing at the moment. Jordan Kelly wasn't there, so it's just nice, I think, because at the start of the season, I think everyone expected them to go down without a fight, but I've seen enough fight there over the last couple of games. That great result against Douglas Athletic, solid performance midweek, and today. I think that's, I know they've lost, but I think that's a really tight game as well for them, and well done.
Okay, moving into JCK Division 2, and the one that we were paying attention to here at lunchtime was whether or not Moran could get that victory to go up into second place. They did indeed. It was a good performance at home, 5-0 win over Douglas and District. Most of the damage done in the first half. Ashley Higginbotham, another player in a rich vein of scoring form at the moment with a hat-trick today.
Oh, he's flying, and I think Ashley as well's got strong contentions to win the Division 2 Player of the Year, and it was 4-0 at half-time, but listening to Paul throughout the afternoon show, it was tight before the first one went in. I think it was about 20 odd minutes, but another good performance by him. Cameron Avery on the score sheet as well, and young Lewis Brew, that's the son of the manager. And a nice note, and this is really good. D&D thanked Moran for all their efforts to get the game on, because they're down with brushes, spades, blowers, everything to try and clear the lines, and then they marked the pitch, I believe, with this special potion, don't know what it is, and they got the game on. So credit to them. And Moran are in serious contention to get promoted from the JCK Limited Division 2 into the Premier League this season. I think they've hit top form, and at the right time as well, where the fixtures are going to come through thick and fast.
Well, let's just outline what's happening at the top of JCK Division 2. So Moran, the only one in the top, 6 to play today, in fact. So it's Castletown played 16 for 39 points. Now, Moran played 16 for 37. Pulrose United in third played 15 for 36. And Onken played 17 for 35. The only other team that may have a say in this, really, I suppose, in terms of... Well, they've played fewer games, so they've got that potential to get up there as well. It's still Foxdale in 6th, so things are still panning out nicely there for a fine end to the Division 2 season.
Yeah, they are. The only thing that worries me with Foxdale, it's the same every year. They have so many games to play. The injuries come, and tiredness creeps in, and they start dropping silly points. But I'm sure that they'll try and sort that out. They're a good side. I watched them demolish Ramsey Youth Centre, who were a side that were high-flying at that time. So, if they can keep it together, they've got cup games next week, because we've got 7 quarter-finals. We've got 3 in the FA Cup and then the 4 in the Woods Cup. Get them out of the way and we're on track for Easter. If we don't, we'll have a little bit of a problem. So we'll work on that one, because we're just short now. I think it's about 8 short of 200 fixtures behind, which is an awful lot. And a lot of headaches to come, I think, for clubs, because injuries will come in. There's no doubt about it, and there'll be twists and turns everywhere.
The basement match, Governors Athletic against Gyms. This sounded like a right old ding-dong, to be honest. It was Governors Athletic 4, Gyms 6 in the end. But there was a period I was following on Twitter.
On Hattie.
Hattie. There was a period, I think, from about the 60th minute to maybe the 77th, when there were about 4 goals scored, and it was back and forth. It sounded like a real exciting match to be watching.
Well, what I heard, it was 4-1 to Gyms at half-time. Second half, I think Gyms just took the foot off the pedal, thought they'd done the job, and then Governors came back at them. Nick Clegg was the star today for Gyms. He got 3. Adam Johnson with another couple of goals, 2 last time out. Stephen Slack got 1 for Governors Athletic. Peter Callow, Simon Gorn, Rob Bell, and an own goal as well. So, chilly conditions to play football in, but a warm game to watch with 10 goals. And the way Governors Athletic fought back, hopefully that will give them a bit of confidence, because they've been sort of shifting a lot of goals in of late, and to get 4, that's quite unusual for them. So well done to Governors.
Well done, and well done to Gyms as well, because that victory has lifted them above Michael United. So Gyms are now in 11th place, played 18 for 9 points with a minus 42 goal difference. Michael United are played 17 for 9 points with a minus 46 goal difference. And the final match taking place in JCK Division 2 today was Malou against Union Mills, finishing Malou 2, Union Mills 3. Malou were 1-0 up at half-time, and it sounds like the wind played a real part here, because once Mills got the win behind their backs, it doesn't always work to your advantage,
No,
but
it
when
doesn't.
Mills did get the win behind their backs today, they did take advantage and scored 3 quite quickly, I think, into the second half.
Yeah, you've got to be careful when the wind's behind your back, because you don't overhit it. Just try and play it to feet, keep it short, and hopefully contain it and build from there. But Dale Walker from Malou, he got a couple of goals today, and Colin Geraghty, who's been scoring regular for Uni Mills, got one, and Chris Kelly, nice to see him back playing now after quite a nasty injury early on in the season. He got a couple of goals.
Yeah, I think Union Mills on Twitter saying that... Malou saying on Twitter that Colm Geraghty looks like a fine player, 16 years old, full of promise.
Yeah, and Uni Mills have had this so many times, and they've just got to be able to sort of hang on to them, because when you look at a lot of players playing in top flight in Manx football have come through Uni Mills, and hopefully Colm will, not saying what to do, but stay loyal to your club. I think it's too easy for young players to shift these days. Yes, it's nice getting medals on the trophy cabinet, but I think it's nice to win them with a club where you've been brought through, and hopefully you'll stay.
Canada Life Combination 1, St Mary's 6, Ramsey 1.
Yeah, Josh Molyneux as well. He's done this before, severe scoring in a game, and 4-0 up at half time. Josh got 5. And Darren Dooley, that's his second in 2 as well. So good result for St Mary's. And well done to both teams, because they've struggled for players this year, and both had full 11 out today. And we'll sort some fixtures out from next week, hopefully, with the rearranged fixtures coming through.
And finally, in Combination 2, thank you very much to the people that have texted this through. It was Jim's 7, Governors Athletic 2. We got an update. Where was it? I think saying that it was... Oh, here we go. Combi 2 result. Jim's 7, Governors Athletic 2. It was 2-2 when Jim's had a player sent off, apparently. So didn't do them any harm today.
They scored another 5. Maybe they should play with 10 again.
And that, in fact, is it for the football today. So thank you very much, Tony.